Welcome to the Finding the Magic podcast, where books come alive. I'm Tricia Copeland, a fiction author and host of this show. If you love books, finding great reads, and hearing about the story behind the story directly from the authors, this is the place for you. Whether you like fantasy, science fiction, dystopian, or romance titles, I think you'll find something to love in my playlist. Listen in to discover something magical about a book or two today.
Welcome, Sasha.
Hello, thank you so much for having me.
Thank you for being here. Super excited. Today we have Sasha Preston. She's the author of the Sweetest, Getaway, a cozy heist, cozy mystery book. I've never read a cozy heist book, so dig in, tell me what this is, what the characters are, what we're going to read.
Absolutely. So the story follows Jennifer, who is a wholesome, quirky woman who's originally from Michigan, but the story is based in Omaha. She has never broken a rule in her life. She is a rule follower. She loves history. She loves cultures. And her roommate, Nari, is a edgy entrepreneur who is always coming up with fun, exciting ways to make money. And some of them tend to bend the rules a little bit. She doesn't necessarily follow the rules. And so she comes upon an opportunity for them to make money where they're going to be stealing from the bad guys. And so she convinces Jennifer to join her on this crazy wild ride. And it turns into this scenario where they need to pull off a second heist. And they need to recruit additional, more experienced people to help them pull off this more complicated task. And everything seems to be going well until the cops end up on their trail. And they have to figure out how to still pull off this heist and then outsmart the cops as well. So it's this really fun journey. It's a very relaxed, lighthearted book with action and adventure. Where you get the opportunity to see Jennifer grow and evolve from a timid, shy woman into someone who becomes much bolder and is able to pull off much more exciting feats.
Fun. And what age are the characters here?
They are in their mid to late 30s.
Okay, so sort of like Second Life almost, second no, I shouldn't say second life, but remaking, rebirthing yourself, maybe.
Yes, absolutely. There's actually a reference to that in the book where Jennifer realizes, she's nearing possibly the middle of her life and she's living in her daydreams. And she actually, if she continues to do that, she's never going to actually have these exciting experiences that she dreams in her mind. So she needs to push herself outside of her comfort zone, do something different, and actually have these amazing experiences in her real life.
And why not rob a bank or something?
Exactly. Yeah, just go for it.
Sounds perfect. Next stop, the Louvre. Yeah, I was getting a little bit of like Thelma and Louise vibes based on the cover of the book. So kudos in the cover. It looks super amazing.
Oh, thank you. Thanks so much.
Yeah. And so tell me what inspired this book. Why did you decide to write about mid-30s women ripping people off?
Absolutely. So I wanted to write something feel good. I wanted to give women an escape, and I wanted to inspire them to feel more bold and take more risks in their everyday life. And I thought, what are the genres that help you to do that? And I immediately thought of heist movies, and in particular, kind of those amateur heist stories where people end up in these wild situations that they never would have imagined that they'd find themselves in. And it kind of just grew from there. So I started with Jennifer's character and built around that. And it was so much fun to write. And I hope also a lot of fun to read and give people that sense of escape and joy.
Yeah, I think is it an audiobook too?
I'm working on the audio.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm a big audiobook listener, so I was like, oh, it definitely sounds something like fun to read or listen to. I was thinking about this movie I saw. I think it was based on a true story about these women that start this coupon scandal and then they steal the coupons from Mexico or something like that. I don't remember the name of the movie, but then the tax guy is involved and I don't know if you have you seen that movie before?
I've seen it. I don't remember what it's called either, but
Yeah.
it was super entertaining. Highly
Yeah.
recommend.
Fun. And is this a series?
Yes, it is a series. So it's the Sweet Escape series. The first book is a standalone short story that follows Martha, who is one of the women that's involved in the core team of the heist that takes place in the second book. And it's kind of her backstory that she goes on with, she's an entrepreneur, and she co-owns a mango mocktail business, and they are trying to expand into a new market, and a competitor is basically trying to take them down. So it's the story of them fighting back and getting what's rightfully theirs. So you kind of see how Martha became so tough, how she's so amazing at uh, strategizing through the main heist. You see kind of the roots of that in the first story, and then you see how she meets Nari, who is her connection to the heist group.
Okay, fun. And so what do you have planned for the series? Do you have like mini books planned? Or are you going to follow the same characters?
Yeah, absolutely. So I am currently working on the third book, which I'm very excited about. And it's going to follow our same core heist team with some additional characters running another heist in a super fun, different location. And I can't wait to share that with you guys.
Fun. Yeah, and why did you decide to set it in Omaha? Have you been there? Have you lived there? Or...
Great question. No, I've actually never been to Omaha. I am from Michigan originally, also like Jennifer. And what really interested me about the setting is I was looking for a Midwestern setting that has a lot more going on than meets the eye. So I think a lot of times people underestimate the Midwest. They think it's a wholesome place, not much going on, but there are actually a wide range of fascinating, diverse people with interesting stories, and there's a lot that goes on that you don't necessarily know about. And so I wanted a setting like that where people wouldn't expect a multi-million dollar heist to take place. And I wanted to show that, there are really dynamic and interesting people in the Midwest.
Interesting. Yeah. Yeah, you don't think Omaha when you think big crime, but that's okay, right? I mean, Ozarks did teach us something.
Yes, yes, you're right there.
If you want to go a little darker, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, this sounds more like an Ocean's 8 vibe, come to the Midwest or something.
Yeah, I would totally agree.
And so, in picking out this character, you said you grew up in Michigan, Jennifer grew up in Michigan. Is it a little bit autobiographical? Is she some of you, or did you take from other personalities?
Absolutely. I think she is kind of a combination of myself and some other people, family, friends that I've known and loved. But I think I relate to her the most in the book. We have a lot in common, but I do also relate to Nari, and some of her fierceness, I think, is really exciting. And I love being able to embody that in my life when I can.
And how did you write the book? Is it first person through Jennifer's point of view, or is it third person?
It's third person, and we actually have 3 points of view. So the two main ones are Jennifer and Nari, and it's really fun kind of seeing that juxtaposition of how they're experiencing and planning for different events throughout the heist, and how they, um, you know, work through things. And then the third character whose point of view we get is Roberta, who is a amateur police officer that is assigned to their case, but kind of always feels like she's being ignored and she's not being taken seriously by her colleagues. So she really wants this case to be the one that she's able to break through and really bring these criminals to justice. So she brings that third angle that also adds some thrill and suspense to the book.
Well, yeah, so that's a great idea because then that kind of ups the suspense, I would think, if you're seeing the good guys closing in on your main characters are sort of the bad guys, but, or I shouldn't say guys, the bad, I don't know.
Exactly. Yes, I
The
think
non-law abiding citizens.
exactly. You end up kind of, I've had readers say that they end up rooting for Roberta, but they root for the heist team at the same time, and they're kind of torn. They don't know who they want to win because Roberta is really likable and really relatable as well. So it kind of gives that additional tension to the story.
Fun. And it sounds like Jennifer and Nari might have like a little butting head situation here. If Jennifer's like, no, we have to, and Nari's like, whatever.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of scenes where Jennifer is, trying to talk some sense into her roommate. Like, this kind of seems illegal to me. I don't think this is really the right thing that we should be doing. And Nari, trying to convince her and bring in the moral element because of the people that they're going up against.
Oh,
So
interesting. So we have a little bit of black and white and gray and
exactly. There's a
okay.
lot of that morally gray situation going on. Like, is it okay? Do the ends justify the means? Is it okay to steal from a corporation that's doing awful things and exploiting people in other parts of the world? What action is justified in that case? And that's something that Jennifer really struggles with, and that Nari, uses to her advantage from time to time in order to convince Jennifer to do things.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems like you have a lot of issues going on here, a lot of things to think about on so many levels, in addition to this fun story.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a lot of social justice elements to this story. I think something that's been really a source of passion for me since my 20s is women's economic empowerment. And I think that comes through a lot in this story. The evil corporation that they go up against is exploiting women workers in another country. And kind of these women fighting back with the heist in Omaha are taking back their own power, and they're also fighting and defending on behalf of these other women that don't necessarily have that voice and that same platform. So there's this sense of camaraderie and teamwork and community and being able to stick up for each other, and that empowerment of stepping into your own and taking things back for yourself. And I think from an economic angle, that's one of the most powerful ways that women can take back their voices and take back their power.
Neat. That, yeah, I so impressed on so many levels. Are you an author? Are you a writer by, is this your career or is this something new? Or how did you decide to write a novel?
Yeah, so I actually studied political science in college, and I wanted to be an attorney. And then kind of my path changed a little bit. I went into marketing, which I love. I get to write and be creative all day, but it's kind of in a different vein. And this is much more fiction, creativity, creative writing that I've been loving, which I got started because I was writing short stories with my mom each week. We'd come up with a different theme and send it to each other. We'd take turns. And then there were no rules except you just have to write a short story on that theme and incorporate it somehow. And so we did that week after week, and it was so much fun seeing how different our creative inspiration was and how different our stories were. And it added a lot to my life, and it helped me to grow a lot creatively to just regularly produce stories. And eventually I had a few different friends suggest to me that I enter some writing contests. And I kind of took it as a sign, maybe I can write something a bit longer. Maybe I don't have to stick to just short stories. So I feel like the fact that I got that muscle moving with my mom made me a lot more open to the idea, and eventually just inspired me to take it all the way. And so it's been a really fun process.
What a great connection. That is amazing. Yeah, writing for law would definitely be different than writing for marketing. Both a lot of writing, but one technical and one creative. So
Yeah.
a little bit different sides of your brain.
Oh, that's for sure. And even just switching from marketing to writing this book, it does absolutely require different parts of your brain and different ways of engaging with your work. And I think that that is really exciting as well, to be able to switch back and forth.
Right. Yeah. Because marketing, you have to be very, very concise. In a novel, you can be a little more, have a couple more words in there.
That's absolutely true. Yeah, for sure.
Well, and are you an indie author then?
Yes.
Okay, I was going to say, and you have the marketing skills already, so perfect.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much for being here, Sasha. Tell everyone where we can find you in your book.
Yes. So if you are interested in reading the book, you can find it on Amazon, and Barnes and Noble for the print copy. And then if you would like to see the preview chapter in the beginning of the book, you can read it for free on my website. Go to sashapreston.com/newsletter. And if you sign up for the newsletter, you'll get the first chapter for free to read the special preview.
Fun. Thank you for being here, Sasha. Sasha Preston with the Sweetest Getaway, a cozy mystery heist book. And I hope you'll come back when you release your next book, because, you know, there seems like there's a little mystery there about what's going to happen. So I'm excited to hear about that too.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me. It was so great to talk to you.
Thanks, Sasha. Bye.
Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Finding the Magic podcast. I'm your host, author and podcaster Trisha Copeland, and I love getting behind the scenes. If you like the podcast, make sure to subscribe and stop in each week to discover new authors and books. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep finding the magic.